seen the behavior in others. Someone stands up in front of a room to give a speech, a presentation in front of a class, or to lead a discussion, and what do they immediately start doing? Their eyes start flicking back and forth, darting around the room. Now, this deeply ingrained hypervigilance is something many people can't fight because it's been in us for millennia, since the time when it was necessary that we kept scanning the horizon to make sure we weren't in danger. Problem is, when we're standing up as communicators and we want to be seen as trustworthy and credible, this flicking, shifty eye is telling a completely different story. So by the end of the video, I'm going to give you 2 tried and tested techniques you can put into practice that will help you build the stamina to hold and maintain good, solid eye contact. This is a game changer. Stick with me, I'll explain it all. Hello friends, and welcome back. Today we're talking about the issue when people are in front of a group, ready to speak, presentation speech, and their eye contact is poor. We know in popular culture people will say, oh, they were a bit shifty-eyed, or they wouldn't even look me in the eye. When people say that, they are saying, I didn't trust that other person. There was no trust, I mistrusted them. Right? So that is not what we want to do when we are standing up trying to communicate our worthy ideas. So the 2 exercises we're going to look at today are easy and doable. The very first one is what's known as the one person, one thought rule. One person, one thought rule. It's dead easy. When you stand up in front of a group of people, even if it's a relatively small group of people, in your mind, divide them into quadrants. Areas, sections, left to right, up and down, whatever works for you and the way the people are sitting or standing in front of you. Then what you're going to do is you're going to, when you start out, you're going to select one person. And my second tip is how you select that person, but you're going to select one person and you're going to look at them for one thought. So that's 3 or 4 seconds. You're going to look at the person, you're going to say that 1 or 2 sentences, holding eye contact with them, then you're going to move to a completely different quadrant. Don't just go to the person next to them because you won't give yourself a moment to exhale. You need that relief in between. So eye contact 1 to 2 seconds. You're speaking. In a pause, in a break, you take a breath, move across to a different quadrant, pick another person, one thought, 3 or 4 seconds, and so on and so forth. As I've always said, if it is tough for you to look people in the eyes, and many people struggle from this, it feels very vulnerable to some people, all you need to do is pick a point somewhere around about here. The person to whom you are speaking will not be able to differentiate the difference. It feels to them as though you're looking them in the eyes, but to you, it'll provide that slight breather where you aren't looking them in the eyes. You're sort of hitting it between the eyebrows and a little bit higher, like the middle of the forehead. Do that, pause, and move again, and move again, and move again. It does take practice, but I found with clients when they do that, picking one person, living with it and moving on, is a cadence. It's tolerable. They can do that. So try one person, one quadrant, one thought. There we go. The second one, and this is something, again, I've coached for years, is find a friendly face. Quite simply, when we go into big presentations and speeches, in terms of our good manners, we feel we should speak, first of all, to the most senior person in the room. So you're getting up to give a presentation or speak in front of a class or give a speech at a big occasion, and you will instinctively look for the most senior person who's there. The CEO, the professor, the parents of the bride, right? Problem is, because they come with that seniority, that's hard for you to do sometimes. So what you're going to do, you're going to look for the soft targets. And these are the people who I call the smilers and the nodders. You can even identify them before it's your turn to stand up. When someone else is speaking or something else is happening, cast your eye around quickly and see who are the people who are sitting watching the speaker, nodding, smiling, engaged, following them with their eyes. That's your go-to person. So when you first stand up, as I said, find the smilers and the nodders and start with them. Go from this smiley nodder to that smiley nodder. The people who are eager, they're there for you. They want you to win. Easiest point to start off with. Now I'm going to give you a bonus tip. What I say to clients a lot of the time is if you know you're going in to give a major presentation, a pitch, you're going in to do a big speech or lead a big discussion, plant someone, plant a friendly face. So beforehand, go to your most trusted colleague, the someone you are friends with in the office, someone you know and have built a relationship with them, and be honest. Say to them, I'm giving this big presentation. I really want to do my best work. So when I stand up, I'm going to look first at you. So please be as engaged and enthusiastic and supportive as you possibly can be. So plant someone there. No one needs to know. Start with that person, move around quadrant to quadrant. And if you start to feel a bit wobbly, go back to your smiley, nodding friend. That will keep you grounded. That will keep you calm. And I promise you, with practice, this becomes a natural, instinctive pattern, and you will forever break that flick, flick, shifty-eyed approach. This works. You have my word for it. If this has been helpful, please put a comment below. It really helps me know that I'm doing the right thing. And more importantly, if you can consider subscribing so we can reach more people so they can benefit to learn this information. Thank you as always. See you in the next video.